Hi and welcome to my channel. So today I'm going to show you how I made this SVG. You can use any words you want, any colors you want. It's totally flexible. Okay, let's go. On Cricut Design Space and type in the word I want for this SVG. Make sure your word is in capitals. So I'm going to use hustle. Whatever word you want to use, you go for it. You can write your country, your name, a word that you really like, anything. The key thing here is you need to get a font that is chunky. Okay, I've already typed it in here before. But if you now Cricut Design Space have got this text filter where you can filter down your types of texts. So for this type of text, we need to have a chunky text. The one I go for is beefcakes. It is a very chunky text. If you want to have a look at other chunky text, once you type it in, this filter will come up that says chunky, and you can just type in search chunky text on here, and you should be able to find other chunky text as well. So any of these ones are fine to use. This is a very nice one as well, BFC Boohoo. But I'm going to go with beefcakes because beefcakes is the one I like for this look. I'm just going to type it in again so I can find it. But there's so many chunky texts you can pick. But key thing, make sure it's in caps. If it's not in caps, it won't work. So you just click on your screen to enter your word. So there we go with our word. We're going to apply an offset to this, but for the offset to work for this SVG design, you do need to make your image firstly slightly quite big. So I've got a very big image here. You can change this afterwards, so don't worry. I've got my offset and I'm going to make my offset about 0.1. I want a very tiny offset that's just going to go slightly around my words. So you can use your cursor here or you can just type it in. I want 0.1 and then I hit apply. So I've got a very small, you see the black lines, very small offset. Do not move your offset and your words. You just select all and slice. We want to slice our offset and our words to get hollow words. So now you can see I've got my original, I've got black writing here, and I've got my hollow words, which, you know, you can just go with this and it looks really nice. So I don't need the grey one anymore. So I'm going to delete that. I can now make my image a bit smaller. If you do want to make your image a bit smaller, make sure you select everything and make it smaller. If you select one or two, only one of the words, is going to distort everything. So now this is where you really need to focus because it can get quite tricky and I don't want to lose you on making this SVG. So you can get a chance to make something wonderful and creative. So with our hollow words here, you're going to select right button and duplicate because we need two of these. I usually put one on the top and one on the bottom just to make it easier for me to know where everything is going. And then I select the shapes here and I go into the square shapes with the straight sides, not the curved sides. As you can see, when I enlarge my square, it doesn't change into a rectangle, but you can unlock here and you can unlock the proportions, and now it allows me to change it into a rectangle because I need it to be a rectangle. With my words, I need to cover 1/3 of my word, so less than half. So we know for the E, the half is around the middle of the E. I want it to cover about 1/3 of my word. So about there. I'm going to duplicate this rectangle because I need two of them, because I need one for this one as well. So we're going to start off with this top one here. Going to select all and say align to the bottom because I want the rectangle to sit at the bottom of my words. Instead of me fiddling about and trying to make it perfect, I just use the align feature here. Once I've done that, I select all and slice. And then with my other word here, a key tip, your rectangle, make sure your rectangle comes out of your words. So you're not doing a small rectangle inside of the words, it hangs out. For this one, I'm going to select all again, but this time I'm going to align it to the top. Align it to the top, so it's at the top of my word now, and just like before, I'm going to slice. So now we're going to piece together our SVG. So I've got my main hustle word. This is the next size. This one doesn't matter. This one goes on top. Doesn't matter if it's not aligned. We will use the align feature to make it a lot more aligned. Here it's my bottom one. If you want, you can just leave it as that, like that looks cute, but I'm going to add another layer. This grey, we do not need that, so you can delete that one there. This one here, doesn't really matter which one you pick, just need to make sure I can change the colour, because sometimes, yes, you can't always change the colour. So this one here, you can see it can't go on the top, it goes on the bottom, right underneath here. The grey, just like before, we do not need that, and this one will go at the top here. There are two more pieces, I do not need them, so I'm just going to delete them. If you want to add another layer, for example, if you wanted to add another layer, you can use that and add another layer, which it looks quite good, but I'm just going to stick to 3 layers. So now you can see it's not aligned properly, so I can select all. And then I go to align, distribute horizontally. So that will just line everything up for me, nice and straight for this SVG. Then you can go in and change your colors. So whatever colors you decide to do, if you're going to print this as a sticker, if you're going to print this as a t-shirt design, if you're going to print this as an image to put somewhere, whatever you want to do with it, you can change your colors. So I'm going to go with a purple type theme. So to find more colors, so these are the main colors that Cricut recommends, but there are so many more colors here. If you know your code, you can just put it in here. If you've got branded colors like for your brand, you can just type it in here and it will bring up that color. Or you can use the slider to find so many different shades of all of the colors. As I want to go with a purple theme, I'm going to go on to the purple part. I want to start off with a very dark purple, so you can see closer to the bottom it is very dark. Yeah, that's a nice dark purple for the middle. Then I'm going to go on to this one, slide my slider to the purple. I want a bit of a brighter purple now that I'm coming out from it. So there we go. There's a bit of a brighter purple. And I want the same purple for this one here. So when you go to operation at the top, click your color. The purple that I just chose is here in my recent color pick. So I don't have to go and find it in case I don't get the exact same one. So I can just pick that there and we've got hustle here. And the last one at the top, I want to go for an even brighter purpley, very maybe bright or light. I'll go light. So yes, light here, and I'm going to select this one, and that was that. Material colors, and I click my pink color, and you can see we've got our little ombre type effect. So as I mentioned, there are so many things you can do with this. You can make it into a sticker. I will show you on another video how to make this into a sticker, so make sure you subscribe. I'm going to also show you how to print this onto a t-shirt, because that is the most complex part, because we've got to use the attach key to ensure that when we press it onto a t-shirt, onto a bag, or anything using heat transfer vinyl, that it is all aligned. Because if you don't use the attach key, you can end up with it not being aligned the way it is correctly. So stay tuned and make sure you subscribe so I can show you how to do all of those processes, stickers and t-shirts with this SVG. Thank you for watching, and leave any questions in the comments. And if this is something you're going to try as well, please leave it in the comments and let me know. Thank you.